Greetings, everybody, on this wonderful Friday afternoon. How are you guys doing? Hope you've had a great week so far. Can you believe it's almost the end of the month, 2021? The first month is almost completely over. It's insane, insane, insane. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out my video. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share if you so desire. I'd love you to rock with me as I continue on this journey on my channel. Thank you also to all those of you who commented on my last video. As I said, I really enjoy the interaction with people, so please do keep that going. And as a result of that interaction, I have a topic for this particular video. The lovely Chrissy dropped me a line asking me to talk about how to get out of a rut or what to do when you're not motivated. So that's going to be the topic of this video today. Okay, let's deal with the lack of motivation and trying to get yourself motivated first of all, okay? So my first question to you would be, why are you feeling unmotivated? Is it the particular task you're facing? Is it that you find it boring? Is it arduous? Is it going to take up a lot of your time? Is it your job? Is it a job that you hate and you find it really difficult to get up and get out of bed in the morning? It's quite important, I would say, to try and drill down to find out what is causing your lack of motivation so you'll know how to tackle it, you know what to apply to get you out of that place, yeah? So just ask yourself the question first of all, what is making you unmotivated? Because if you know the what, you can then apply the how, yeah? What's making you unmotivated? How do you remedy that? So for me, for example, I'm typically unmotivated by tasks that I really have no interest in. They're long, they're boring, they're very time consuming. I really just don't want to do them. So for example, there's a lady whose book I was working on last year, and it was going along great until I sent her the first draft of the book, and she's now said, no, I didn't say that, I didn't say that, I didn't say that, but it was recorded, so she had said it, and she wanted this, that, and the other changed. And it'd be such a major piece of work that I just found myself totally disinterested in doing it. It was just so massive. I'd have to now transcribe the new interview and then insert the corrections into the old interview, and that's like a lot of work. As a result, I don't think I touched that for like 2 months because I really could not be bothered to do it at all. Couldn't be bothered to do it. But what also helps me to develop a type of motivation is that in this instance, I recognize that I was the only person who could do the book. There was no one else that could do it. I had to do it. So I had to find a way to dust myself off, get myself back up and get back to transcribing this woman's interview and making all the necessary changes. But like I say, it took about 8 weeks for me to do that because I'd completely lost interest by that point. Another thing that I find I procrastinate with because I'm just not motivated to do it is do my taxes. It's just long and you've got to go through your receipts and this, that, and a third. And I just find that really boring to do. But it has to be done. Again, there is no one else that can do this. I can't outsource it. I'm not in a place where I can outsource it yet. There's no one that can do it in my place. I'm the only person that know what the expenses are. So I have to do it, right? So what I do now is when I recognize that I'm facing something that I'm really not motivated to do, I make sure that I do it as quickly as possible. If I can do it early, I don't have to think about it later on. I can do it, get it out of my head, and it's done. I don't have to worry about it. I can go on and do the other things that I do enjoy doing. So that's how I deal with that. Yeah, but it was recognizing what it was and why I felt the way I felt and what was remedy. So it was, I find this thing boring, but the answer kind of is there's no one else to do it, so I have to find a way to make myself do it. So I'd like to do it as quickly as is possible to get the task out of the way, so it's no longer something I have to focus on. It's no longer an issue. So I'd say to you, find out why you're unmotivated and figure out what the remedy for that would be, and then get on and do it. If it is something to do with the task, I would just say do it as quickly as is possible. That way, the thing doesn't take up any mental real estate. You don't have to keep on thinking about it. You can do it and move on. Okay, so now if you're stuck in a rut, if someone came to me and said that they were stuck in a rut, my first question would be, are you sure you're stuck in a rut? Or is it that you want to move on from this position, but it's not quite the right time yet? Or you want to move out of this particular circumstance, but it's not quite the right time yet? The two can seem like they're one and the same thing sometimes, especially if we're really impatient or we really are not happy with where we're at. It can seem like they're one and the same thing, but they aren't. Being stuck in a rut can feel like treading water, like you're using all of this energy, but you're just keeping yourself afloat on the spot. You are not going anywhere, you're not moving, you're not doing anything. You know that you're supposed to be someplace else. You know that you're supposed to be further along than you are, or you know that you're not supposed to be in this situation, but you just don't know how to get out of it. In order to break out of it, you will definitely need to do something to break out of it. Do something possibly different to what you've done before. It might require a big change. It might just be a small change, but a change does have to be made in order for you to move on from where you are. So I'd say examine your life, yeah? Where is it you feel you're stuck in a rut? Is it in one area? Is it in several areas? Then start to ask yourself, what would it require to come out of the place you're at now? Does it require a study? Does it require you moving? Do you need to get yourself a mentor? Do you need to start networking? Do you need to create a presence on social media? What would it take for you to shift from where you are at right now to where you envisage yourself being or where you want to be? What are those steps that you need to take? This is what I started to do myself this year. Let me see if I can show it to you. Okay, so I got myself this planner, right? You can see it. And it's got some of my personal stuff in here, so I won't show it to you too much. But it's helping me to like map out my 2021, right? Via my goals. So I've got to set myself goals in my health, my spirit life, my career, my relationship, my family, finances, and personal development. What goals do I have for myself in those areas? And it asks me, where am I now? Where do I want to be? And how do I get there? Okay. So that's what I suggest that you do. Look at all those areas of your life. In fact, do the same thing. Write down your health, spiritual life, career, relationship, family, finances, and personal development. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? And how do you get there? Now, these are my goals for the year. Depending upon what your goals are, it might be longer than a year, but this is what I'm seeking to change in 2021, yeah? So it also asks me, so for goal setting for this year, right, it says, decide your 5 most important one-year goals. So I'd ask you the same thing. Pick 5 important one-year goals, yeah? List them down. Then on Sunday, write out what steps you're going to take for the next 7 days to edge you closer to where you need to be, to edge you closer to accomplishing these goals. Each Sunday, create a list for the week of what steps you need to take in order to get to where it is you want to be. These steps should be small and manageable enough so that you can actually take them. So by the end of 2021, when you look back, you can see how far you've come, yeah? So for me, I like things like this. It's got mind mapping, how to mind map my way to a successful year, etc. And that's how I do it. You might feel like you need an accountability partner. Like an accountability partner might be the best way for you. That doesn't necessarily work for me, but you could be wired differently. So it might help, like if you have a list of your goals, make sure you just show it to somebody who you can trust, and get them to hold you accountable for taking steps towards these goals each week. Yeah, I'm the kind of person I like crossing things off lists, and with each thing I cross off, I feel more and more productive, and it feels like I'm going somewhere. So I just have my list for the week. I do this, and this, and I need to cross these things off as I go, and then set myself new goals each week. And then keeping in mind your 5 main goals, you'll see that you're getting one step closer. You can review them as often as you need to, but make sure you're taking genuine steps in the right direction or in the direction of the changes you want to see in your life, so that by the end of the year, you'll have accomplished your goals. So one of the things I want to do to really get my acting up and going. There's certain things I'm kind of restricted from doing because of the current situation, but there's nothing I can do about that. But I can start doing things that are within my control. So I can start posting up monologues. I can start getting scripts, different kinds of scripts, showing my comedic side, showing my dramatic side, showing my vulnerable side, so people can get an idea of the range that I can demonstrate. And you never know, I might end up being seen by somebody who really likes what I'm about and wants to work with me. So that's what I can do. It's within my power to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. as this year goes on and things change, I'll start stepping into other spaces to do more and more and more to really help me get what it is I want to get and get me to where it is I want to be. Also, vision boards. Vision boards are very powerful, very, very powerful. There are so many people I know who've done vision boards. And the last person who really got me into the idea of doing vision boards was Issa Rae. And actually in this book, it's got a space for me to do a vision board, because I don't like bits of paper all over the place. I like to keep my things in the one place. So yeah, so I'm gonna like put my vision board in here, so every time I go to this book, I'm gonna be looking at it every day, because it's got, you know, daily planner, weekly planner, the whole bit. So I'm gonna be looking at this every day. But Issa Rae, she posted up something on her Insta stories, or I can't remember, but she posted something up about how vision boards have worked for her. She never really used to believe in all of that, do you know what I mean? But she just wanted to put her this, that, and the other up, and what her aspirations were. And then lo and behold, one by one, all of those things on her vision board came to pass, with the exception of one that she was still working on, or she had yet to work on. She didn't necessarily revisit it often, but one by one, she found all of these things happened. And she's just really amazed by it. So I'm saying all that to say, give yourself a fighting chance. Nothing will happen without elbow grease. You know, for me, I can be quite, creatives tend to be quite emotional. Like, if I don't feel it, I need to feel the vibes and to be able to do this. I need something from within to stir me, you know? But what if that doesn't happen? What if there are no vibes to stir you? Do you know what I mean? What if those creative juices aren't flowing? You've just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other each day until you get to where it is you want to go. We can't wait for the feelings to drive us. We have to be very kind of practical in fulfilling certain things, realizing certain things. We have to be very practical in fulfilling our dreams. And it's just one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and just keep on going. And then before you know it, you've accomplished your goal. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for the question. I really appreciate that. If there's anybody else who has any other topic they'd like me to cover, please let me know. But if not, I will see you again next week. As I said before, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you again next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.